Now, for their roles in UFC 229, the melee, Khabib has received a suspension of 9 months, but of course it's retroactive to 229, which was October, and a $500,000 fine.
Wow.
Conor had a 6-month suspension, also retroactive, and a $50,000 fine. Khabib could potentially reduce his suspension by up to 3 months. He's just got to deliver an anti-bullying PSA.
Yeah, what about the money? Does he get any discount with that if he does a?
It's a lot of money. I mean, he did jump out into the fucking crowd, but that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. Definitely, and Dana said as much on ESPN. He was like, he thought it was a little excessive, but it is what it is. I mean, I guess the good news is 6 months for both of them, retroactive of October, is not the worst thing. They can both get back in there, but you know,
$500,000. But I mean, here's the only upside. That $500,000 is in a way an investment into the next fight if they have it, because that will make it that much bigger. So he will make, because of that fight, it will sell more pay-per-views because of that after the fight shit.
Yeah.
And that $500,000 he will make up on the back end if he does this.
Yeah,
fight.
for sure. And I think for the way that the first fight went down, obviously Khabib Conor held his own, but Khabib won that fight very clearly. This almost, not that you wanted any of this to happen, but this almost makes it, you kind of forget the result of the fight because of all this stuff that happened.
And now you want to see a rematch.
Yeah, right. So
yeah.
I mean, that's for selling. And again, they are in the business of selling pay-per-views. I mean, Mighty Mouse was one of the best pound-for-pound fighters ever, and he couldn't get mostly main events in pay-per-views because he wasn't selling. You know what I mean? It's all about who buys the fights, no matter how great you are.
Well, let me tell you, I think that people are going to say something about Conor only doing the 50,000, but the thing with that Dolly situation, I'm sure he had to pay a lot more than $500,000. I mean, I think to rectify that shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of cash. I'm sure he had to put out of pocket for that.
Yeah.
But hey, I don't know what else is going on. I don't give. I mean, I want to see these guys fight. No, I don't. I don't give a fuck anymore about that. I want to see them both fight again. Is what I'm saying about them fighting again right now. I mean, they were talking about Cowboy versus Conor. I'd watch that.
I'd love to see that.
I'd like that. I mean, personally, I'd rather see him fight. I like Quinta, but hey, that's me.
Sure.
And I'm sure a lot of other people. But I'd watch Cowboy.
Sure.
But also the Khabib, I want to see him and Tony Ferguson finally go at it. So these are the fights I want to see more so than them guys fighting again, because I don't think Conor really deserves it, to be honest with you. I mean, I think it was he took a beat. He just got, it was a one-way fight. You know what I mean? So, you know, hey, man, you know, I still like to see these guys back in action. So that's not the worst news in the world as far as, I feel bad at Khabib's got to pay $500,000 though.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, they took it out of they had kept half of his cut from, his salary from the event, so they just took half of that then and gave him the rest back.
That's disgusting.
I think there is.
$500,000, come on.
It's a lot. Well, there's actually some stuff that I'm interested in both.
Can he appeal it?
And where does that money go, by the way?
So this was a settlement. It wasn't a roll. They would have had to have waited longer if the commission was going to go through the whole process.
But where
this was a settlement, so he agreed to that.
Where does this money go?
I guess the commission keeps that. I don't know what they do with it.
What the fuck do they do with it?
I mean, I guess some of this I'm purely guessing. I mean, I guess anti-bullying stuff, different initiatives.
I would like to know, where does this money go?
Right.
Where does it go? $500,000. You're getting fined $500,000. Where's it going?
Yeah, we could try to find out as we go.
I think we should find out, because there's only, I mean, what are they doing? A fucking anti-bullying with CGI in it? How much are they going to cost with that shit?
I know. This really it's not a big expense.
You know? And what does Khabib got to say? If anything, Khabib was getting bullied. What the fuck does he got to do an anti-bullying thing?
They're just saying because it's probably something.
Fuck them.
Conor had to do it
fuck
also
them. Fuck them.
Conor was before them for something else. I don't remember exactly.
500,000.
It's a lot of money.
500,000. You fucking dirtbags.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, bro.
Calm down, you fucks. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. It's a lot of money.
I think they're disgusting.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking money.
Know? They fucking, Conor, and then they fucking broke Khabib. He made him out of his mind. He loses it for a second. So what? You charge him $500,000. The guy's personally attacking a guy. Fuck
what he did though.
Fuck everybody but Khabib.
Jumping
right
into the stands with it, and that was a very bad thing because you put a lot of you put fans in physical danger and you opened the UFC up for a disaster.
Oh, absolutely.
Emotions aside, you can't jump. If that was in the cage, it has a lot less. It's contained.
Right.
But you're literally risking a riot in the fucking thing.
No, I don't think the guy was. I think the guy could fight this on grounds of temporary insanity. How about that?
Well, you know.
Well, he agreed again.
Well-
they settled all this, so it's not like the commission ruled on it. They reached an agreement
right.
and they said okay. But I understand your point. And to that point, some of the other news was
that?
during the Conor McGregor Khabib portion of this whole thing, because we'll get to John Jones in a minute.
Yeah.
The chairman Anthony Marnell and the executive director Bob Bennett said that they think the commission should take more of an active role in policing the language fighters use in the lead up to fights, possibly levying fines or suspensions in the future. How do you feel about that?
Now, this is the thing with that. I feel personally that nobody should be policed on what they should say. But don't be surprised if there's repercussions if you cross certain lines. You can't start censoring what people are saying. I mean, what is that? Oh, no, he said, oh, that's crossing the line with the pre-fight talk. I believe there's lines that shouldn't be crossed, but you can't try to enforce them by fining people. And I mean, you can't. But at the same time, you can't be surprised when there's some repercussions. So, I mean, it's a fine line with that. But once you start policing what people say, then it's a real problem.
Look,
then it's going to be. I'm sorry, Jimmy. Then it's just going to be. How do you interpretate that? Like, does
Interpret, yeah.
interpret?
Because what's really offensive to me or you might not be as offensive to Chris.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Well, and like in a Conor Nate matchup, you can say whatever the fuck you want to Nate Diaz. You know what I mean? It's not going to bother him.
The bottom line is they're going to fight. They're going to punch each other in the face and try to strangle each other, but they're saying don't use harsh words. Stop it. The bottom line is this. If you don't want to fight with a guy who talks shit like that, do not sign a contract to fight a guy who promotes that way.
There you go.
That's it.
There you go.
Goes for all of them. You don't want to fucking deal with Conor's shit. Do not sign a contract to fight Conor. Not a fighter alive would not sign a contract to fight Conor.
But the problem is this with that kind of talk is like sometimes a guy like Conor, like he's fighting Nate Diaz, he's talking shit to Jake Shields. It's like, yo, and Jake Shields is off to the side like, all right, listen, man, I don't want to cause my boy a payday, but I'll fucking rip your arms off, you little fuck. Like you know what I mean? Jake Shields will fucking destroy the guy. So it's like he's got to sit here and he's got to swallow some shit because he's signed to fight his boy. I mean, what the fuck is that?
Well, I mean, it is what it is.
It's tough. Yeah,
I mean, no, it is what it
yeah,
is, but you can't expect. I mean, so you finally fucking break a guy. I feel bad for Khabib. I just feel bad for Khabib's got to pay that fucking money.
It's a lot of money, man.
It's a lot of money.
He tweeted politics forever. That was his comment.
He's a good man.
His two cornermen, Abu Bakr Nurmagomedov and Zabir Tukagov, each got a year suspension. And Khabib said through Ali Abdelaziz, his manager, that he's not going to fight for as long as they're suspended. He's not going to fight. And he says he's not going to fight in Nevada anymore. Which, you know, that's an immediate reaction, but we'll see what it's about.
I don't know. Nevada could be fucking idiots. I mean, what the fuck is that? I mean, I understand you can't jump a cage, but really, dude, 500,000? Really? 500,000. Calm the fuck down. I don't know. I think that they drove that dude mad, and he was so pent up, and then it's almost anticlimactic because he's beating the guy down, and then that he just taps out. It's like, oh, really? I still got to let some stuff out. Now you just fucking cried uncle, and now you're out of here. I don't get to beat up on you anymore. Oh, there's that fucking idiot outside the cage. Let me jump on him. You know what I mean? I don't know. Listen, you're talking to a guy that's got that same mentality as a guy that is a fighter, and if you get wronged, you just want to take care of that shit. I'm gonna
see, but
I
don't think you would have. I honestly don't think you would have done that in the same situation.
I'm not jumping over it
because you've had a lot of intense rivalries.
And I'm too short to get over that.
I guess.
Oh, come on, stop it! You
I
crawl
can
right
make
under.
it, Jimmy. Can't get under the cage, Jimmy.
Walk under it.
Sneak right out onto the guards. Yeah.
Walk under it with your arms up.
Well, Jimmy, they say that words they don't hurt.
They do.
I disagree.
That's
I think
true.
they
Kimuras hurt more though, so you win.
They fucking do, Jimmy. They do. I'll rip a shoulder right off.
Would it be hard to put me in a Kimura while I'm sitting?
Absolutely not. You know,
I've never been put in a Kimura.
Oh. Man, I never got a blumpkin. What does that mean? I don't judge you. You don't judge me.
How about we fucking imagine?
Imagine
getting both at the same time. The fucking pleasure, pain. You wouldn't know which was better.
You said to me earlier, what you can't do one thing without the other.
Dancing and smiling.
Anyway.
That's not what I said.
That's not what you said at all. It was more vulgar.
Yeah.
Let's talk some more gossip. Go ahead. Give me something to get me in a better... I'm in a good mood.
Yeah.
And then you bring up shit to get me in a bad mood.
Well, they also spoke to John Jones. They gave him a 1-fight license to defend against Anthony Smith at 235 on March 2nd. Now, here's the condition. He's got to be tested at least twice a month by the Nevada State Athletic Commission while he is still being tested by USADA and VADA at his expense. Following 235, he's going to be subjected to twice monthly Nevada State Athletic Commission testing, a minimum, in addition to USADA and VADA testing. And he's going to have to receive a license again before his next 2019 fight, assuming no new positive tests come up along the way. Now, I'm going to guess that this thing, what are they called? Something picometers? Whatever.
Picograms.
Picograms. Yeah. If any of that pops up again, it's going to be considered a positive test, but hopefully they'll have some kind of a case history and they'll understand this is not about him taking new shit.
If it just pops up out of nowhere, it'll be a peekaboo-gram.
Oh, what? Boo.
I'm sorry, guys.
So I watched the whole hearing yesterday, the John Jones part, and it was not the most exciting thing to listen to. There's a lot of, a lot of stuff going around science and all this stuff. But they talked about the idea of opening Pandora's box, that if they let John Jones get a license, even though he's testing positive for this stuff, does that mean that everybody else that tests positive? They came to the decision that no, if somebody has never tested positive for something and all of a sudden it comes up, they would be subject to the first time penalty the same way John was. And then if it was this particular thing or was this pulsing effect, then they'd have to do a case by case, and they are going to do that.
That's very interesting. But like not less than 3 minutes ago, Jimmy, did you hear my peekaboo joke before? I don't know if you heard it.
It's one of those things.
Because you ignore. I don't know. You would do. I think maybe
it's one of those things in life.
Did you ignore it?
It's one of those things in life,
Jimmy? Because you said it's called picograms, and I said it might just pop. Well, I'm not going to do the joke again. But did you hear me or no?
Here's what it's
I'm
like.
gonna get my hand over.
Let me explain what this is like.
What, Jimmy?
That joke is like.
Talk to me.
It's like
you're hanging out with Colin Quinn.
When you're
Bobby Kelly, a good comedian.
When you're dating a beautiful girl.
Okay.
And she comes over to your house for the second time.
Oh boy!
And you walk into the bathroom.
Yes.
And you see a log floating.
No.
And you realize she has taken a big shit in your toilet. Now you just flush it and pretend you didn't see it.
Right.
What is I gotta do?
Right. That's how I felt about that joke.
All right. What other news?
What was the joke? Actually,
I don't want to. Let's
tell me. I didn't hear.
Let's just move along.
No, you didn't say peekaboo-gram meter. You didn't say peekaboo-gram.
What?
You wouldn't say peekaboo-gram. You wouldn't say that.
That's fucking. What kind of joke is? A kid will make that joke, like a special. Special. What do we got? What's next?
Well, I was just gonna say because Jimmy was saying that if he tests positive again, Jiminy Norton, if he tests positive, they'll count it as they're not going to count it as a reoffense. They had I forget the doctor's name that was there, Eichner, I think, but he was saying I think he's no, he was there. They wanted him to set a threshold. They were like, so say it goes over 100 picograms, would that count as a reoffense? And this doctor was like, look, like you should really just take the data in totality, call me, and we'll have to investigate it on a case by case.
Right.
Because they really don't know enough about this stuff. It could jump to 110, say, and then it could be 0, and then it could be 80, and then so it seems like as long as there's no medium or short term metabolites found, as long as there's these continued long-term picograms, John's going to be fine, assuming he doesn't do anything else, but it seems like it's going to be okay.
Could you look up, only because you just keep saying the picograms, there was a Pikachu movie with Ryan Reynolds. Did that come out yet?
I don't know.
Did that come out? Because that looked pretty good. And if it came out and I missed it, could you look that up? Because I think the audience wants to know.
They definitely do.
It looks good.
It says 2019, so let's see what
I want to see if that came out.
Detective Pikachu? Is that what you're talking about?
I mean, listen, I'm not a child, but yeah.
May 10th.
Oh, May 10th.
Such your
all right, everybody.
May 10th.
All I know is May 11th is going to be a nice, juicy Matt's movie minute.
Yeah. Are you going to see that movie?
The Pikachu, Detective Pikachu? Yes.
Okay,
Jimmy. What other news do we got? Because I'm getting happy again.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I talk about Pikachu, I get happy. Yeah. I didn't grow up on that.
No, of course.
That's not Dragon Ball Z. No, it's Pikachu. What do you call those things? The Pikachus. What is that?
Pokemon.
Yeah, that was after my time, Jimmy.
It's not
older men.
You grew up playing asteroids.
Yes, I did. We're men of a certain age.
It is, man. I missed that, but it does look like a fun movie.
HIV negative, by the way. Got all my test results back.
Oh, congratulations. That's great.
Got all my
That
test
Jimmy-
results back. Healthy.
Jimmy.
Healthy.
Healthy like a horse.
Even pretty good cholesterol.
You are healthy like I'm hung.
Oh, wow. Healthy like a mouse.
He walked into that one.
I set myself up.
Yeah.
I set it up. All right. What else we got, man? Because you said there's a lot of juicy news.